Netflix and Amazon Prime are looking in the rearview mirror right now at what Disney's been pulling together. I think even took Disney by surprise, and this is long before COVID when they came out a year ago with Disney Plus. Out of the gate, they had 10 million users, subscribers, and those are numbers that took years for Netflix to hit. So this is definitely one to watch and here to stay.
Are you a believer that this is one giant pull forward thanks to COVID?
You know, it just accelerates the time scale on a number of fronts, right? But you saw the success for Disney Plus before COVID hit. They were approaching 60 million anyway. They were on that trajectory. But what you're seeing happen now with COVID is really the perfect storm of connectivity, time, and then parents really understanding the value of a trusted brand like Disney. So, you know, a parent needs to be able to hand their iPad to a kid now, especially in COVID, and not worry about what's on it. And nobody does that better than Disney. So I do think that COVID has accelerated the understanding of the value of Disney Plus, but that was already there and it was already on its way. So I'm very bullish that this is something that's going. This is a strong competitor for Netflix and Amazon for the long term, especially when you add in Hulu and ESPN Plus to the mix, so that you have a cradle to grave strategy that really is much broader than what Disney Plus itself can deliver.
Heather, I'm going to flip my argument to Natasha and ask you something similar. Clearly, the number of subscribers show the strength of Disney's library, but at the same time, they have only had one hit original show. Right. What makes you confident that they can continue to, release these and continue the momentum that they have seen? Well,
there is no better kingmaker in content than Disney. And so they have all of the talent there to produce new hits. And out of the gate, even Mandalorian, I think, was a surprise in terms of how big of a cult hit it became for Disney. They didn't even have merch for Baby Yoda ready to go, which is an unusual move for Disney, which just goes to show that they weren't even ready for how big this was going to be. So Disney has all of the main ingredients for being able to continue to churn out hits. They were very smart with the Fox Studios acquisition, and they have just bolstered their ability to continue to kingmake and create superfan content going forward. So, The Mandalorian is not an accident, and I don't think we should second guess their ability to continue to create new hits. But Disney goes big and they go strong with fewer numbers, but when they do them, they're big hits. And so I feel very confident that they're going to, for the long term, have all of the resources at their ready to continue to churn out these kind of super fan contents. TV and film.
When you think back at, say, the last decade or so, or maybe going back a bit before that, but the big M&A, large-scale M&A that Disney deployed, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and BAMTech, what do you think they're most grateful that they brought into the tent?
Well, I think it's a combination of the Fox Studios as well as Hulu. Honestly, it's hard to rank them, right? So they each bring critical pieces to the table. Fox brings critical scale on the production side, plus an incredible library of Fox animation in particular. BAMTech brought all of the technology that they needed that is really the backbone of why Disney Plus is out of the gate such an incredibly smooth experience and really forward thinking in terms of the kinds of technology they've been able to launch with. They're now coming out with watch parties, which has taken years for others to get on board with. So BAMTech is incredibly important for them as well. And then Hulu really rounds out their offering so that they can go beyond, they can take their consumers from, the cradle to the grave, right? So they can go and keep those consumers in-house with the Disney family of brands for the long haul. And so all of those are really critical pieces to a holistic strategy around winning in streaming.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.